Hello there, and welcome to Healing the World Together. I cannot wait for you to meet this incredible human being. This is Marianna Suckova, and she is a pranic healing instructor. Now, before I say much about her, I'm going to tell you what she does, okay? So, apart from being an instructor, or as well as being an instructor, she combines her medical and clinical research background with the science of pranic healing. And she's been doing that for the past 11 years. And it's really helped her to restore her health and also really embody the vast teachings that the school, the Institute of Pranic Healing for UK and Ireland, has really helped her to embody in her daily and corporate life. Mariana, hello.
Hello. Hi,
At
Victoria. Thank you for having me. Have a nice day to you.
Namaste. Namaste. So, I've got so many questions for you. And you said earlier on, I don't know what you're going to ask me. I was like, but that's a great thing because I've been watching you for the past 4 or 5 years, just been so dedicated in the space of pranic healing. And I couldn't think of anyone better to sort of like bring onto the podcast. So, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, first and foremost, how did you get into pranic healing?
About 11, 12 years ago, I came to a stage in my life where I was very ill.
Mm,
Um, I had a lot of pain in my body, uh, a lot of musculoskeletal issues, gastrointestinal issues, gynecological issues. Having a medical background, I went through every test and examination
mm,
from blood works, scans, all kinds of different imagery and investigations. And two things were quite puzzling. One, that there were no abnormalities found in a test.
right.
And the second, which was very frustrating, was my medical doctors at the time saying, well, there is nothing looks abnormal. Your blood is okay. Your musculoskeletal system does not have an abnormality in it. Your hormones are okay. Your scans in your uterus are okay. There's actually nothing we can do for you. That was probably my lowest of low
Right.
because I was 35 years old.
Yeah.
I had a 3-year-old daughter that I felt I have a limitation to really enjoy motherhood
Yeah.
because I just had not been able to. Many weekends were spent in bed and so on. Now, probably looking at it retrospectively, I thought I was open-minded, but I don't think I was. Uh, because complementary therapies is not something that I would have ever even looked at or considered, purely because I felt it has got no measure. It's a woo woo. It doesn't have a scientific background. It doesn't have a process and procedure. And it doesn't have a way of measuring the result. So I needed something that is more scientific to fit into my nursing and clinical research head at the time. So I made an appointment to a lady who was a kinesiologist, as she very kindly offered um, to do pranic psychotherapy on me. Now, I felt I was in so much pain that at that time I just said,
Anything.
whatever is it you want, just use it. Just let's see if it will make me feel better.
Right.
And she did it. And I could, when you sometimes you can like, oh, you can take a breath. And
Yes.
I could take a breath. And there was a small gap of the clarity of mind. And then there was her message saying, actually, this is solvable. We can sort this out. We can help you out.
Wow.
And I said, really? The amount of hope that has given me. Now, me being of the scientific mindset, I thought that any complementary therapy, you needed to be born with some kind of a gift or something
Right.
like that. Um, I used to call it special powers. How ignorant. That's what I used to call it. So the lady said to me, She's a very gifted pranic healer, and she said to me, "You do realize you can learn this yourself, and you can actually help yourself." And I remember looking at her with her really big eyes and saying to her, "Really? You mean I don't have to be born with special powers?" She said, "No, this is a science, just like your nursing science or your clinical research science." You know, Victoria, I walked out of there being registered to the class, to the next available class, straight
No.
away. That was October 2014. And I went and learned basic pranic healing with Les Flitcroft, who is the director of the Institute. Next day, I came home and I started healing myself.
Amen. Amen.
And I just turned 2 weeks ago, I just turned 47. And at 47, I am so much more healthier than I was when I was 35.
Happy, well, I did wish you happy birthday. Happy birthday again.
Thank you.
But I didn't know this story, and that's one of the
Yeah.
reasons why I really wanted to speak to people who are doing this work and other work as well, but especially people who are doing pranic healing, because you're right, it is a science. It's one of the reasons why I've created this group called Healing Without the Woo, because it isn't woo. I promise you, like, Master Choukok Sui, who invented modern pranic healing, has spent his life and dedicated his life to making sure that there was nothing woo about this, like everything could be explained. And what I love about what you just said was that um the fact that you thought that people had to have special gifts. And I just believe everybody's got a special gift. Like we're all made in the image of God. So it's like we're all special, and all we're doing is just enhancing what we've been given. I don't think that we're any special than each other. We all just come in and learn what needs to be done to do this work.
Yes, you are right. But if you would have come through the system of education I came through 30 years ago,
Yeah.
um, in learning all the nursing sciences, and all that, it very much it had been the complementary medical sciences, which I think there is a lot to be said for that. Not only were they not on a radar, or in a country I was born into Czechoslovakia, in Slovakia today.
Mm.
um, that was not even on the radar. That was not available. That was something that our grandmas or great grandmas done in a village,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But there was, looking at it today, understanding the science beyond, behind what's invisible, let's call it that.
Mm.
There was a rhyme, there was a reason. They understood much more than we understand what they understood, right? And there, I remember in my very first class of pranic healing with Les, he said something that I think it got tattooed on my brain. He said, "Things that we don't see affect us most.
That part.
Things that we don't see affect us most." And even today, those many years on, I pranic healing became a way of life for me, because it's not only about healing my body, but it's also looking at my relationships, looking at my corporate work. I still work in clinical research, um, looking at my family, looking at my finances, looking at my inner growth. The school is just so vast.
Huge.
Every aspect of life, there is an answer, there is a teaching, there is a science behind it. So I feel enormously lucky and privileged to had to have found um, this lovely modality, because it actually enriches every aspect of life. So yeah, very lucky, very
Yeah.
lucky.
So you talked about something um that when you went to see this woman, this kinesiologist, that you were opened to a space of hope.
Yes.
And it's something that I think we underestimate. Just the fact that somebody can say, this can be sorted out, this can be healed, this can be worked on, is already a huge it's already a huge journey towards being healed anyway, because just knowing that something can happen completely transforms how you look at things and your state of mind.
Yes, I suppose, hearing
Mm,
um, that what does not have an answer, we might not have an answer immediately, but we can work towards it. It's almost like, you've got the darkness and then suddenly the ray of light comes in and you latch on that light, no matter how thin a ray it is. And you say, do you know what? If I'm going to stay where I am, in
mm,
next 5 years, I will be in a wheelchair
right,
and I will not be here to see my daughter grow up, or it will be a miserable existence. And having that ray of hope
mm,
that is something can be done, and my own determination actually, where when I booked with the kinesiologist, it really came from the place, this is not an acceptable way to live. Mariana, you are a nurse, you have helped so many people that were medically, they were difficult cases. And
mm,
when I reflected on it, the help didn't necessarily come from medicines we have fed them. The progress and the healing came from the work, from the good word, from the rehabilitation, from spending time with the patient. That was what, I don't know, maybe it created an environment in which their body could heal.
right,
So stepping back and getting to a point that I would call, you know, rock bottom, where you say, it is no longer acceptable to live like this. What do I need to do? Where do I need to open my mind to create a path forward? And then when the words come, actually, do you know what? We can sort this out. We can work towards restoring your health. Hearing that, it's more powerful than any medicine available, any chemical medicine available, right? Because it gives you a hope. Now going on a journey, and I would say to earn back my health,
amen.
that was a really amazing journey. And actually, much as it is not nice or pleasant, or it's not a memory anybody likes to go to when they were sick or anything like that,
Mm,
but actually when I reflect on where I came from and health wise where I am today, I don't think there is stopping me or anybody who was on that journey. There is no stopping them anymore.
yeah, it's almost like you can't measure it because it's so vast.
No,
It's almost like MasterCard say it's priceless, right? They have an advert and they go, it's priceless. Is that sort of thing? It's like you can't put money on it for how you've progressed so far.
it's not also it's I don't measure it in terms of the progress. I measure it in terms of the impact on my life,
Yes.
because when your health is not quite right,
Mm,
it's not only your health that suffers, your family relationship suffers, your social interactions suffer, your ability to do the job you love suffers,
100%.
impacting, let's say, your finances, your ability to provide for your family, your inner growth. I call it, like, particularly people who are in pain or do have a musculoskeletal issues, when sometimes their family members do get frustrated with them. And I always kind of say to them, being in a pain is very, very debilitating.
Mm,
You can't even think straight.
mm,
Now imagine navigating slowly, step by step, out of that um, debilitative state,
mm,
where you can actually go, you can make a better decision, you can go grocery shopping, you can go to a playground with your children, you can go and participate in their school theater shows. These are, like, if you really, it's not about success or not success, or 10 out of 10 or 5 out of 10. For me, it is an impact on my life. If I have a look, what is my health where it was at the time? It was probably, you know, to quantify it, 1 or 2 out of 10, but now it is 9 out of 10, as an example. But what is the impact on my relationship? How, what would I had been able to do with my daughter then, and what I can do now because I'm healthy? And I think when you think about it in terms of impact,
mm.
That's a very compelling proposition to just step on that journey and actually don't give your power away.
Mm.
Heal yourself.
Amen. I love the fact that you talked about on a scale of 1 to 10, because I've just had a client just now, actually, an ADHD client, and I always go, when you come in on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you? Now that you're achieving the results and you're realizing, as you say, the impact on your life, where are you on a scale of 1 to 10? So I love that you've just gone there. Now, I've got another question for you. So,
Mm.
what does integrated medicine mean to you? So, how do you feel that pranic healing fits into that framework of integrated medicine? Because as someone who works in the medical field, I think you're the best person to answer this question.
I think actually if I'm going to talk about the allopathic medicine, so your process, procedure, medications, and all that, um, through obviously diagnostic process and so on,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to talk pranic healing because that's my modality. So I'm not going to talk generally about complementary medicine, but I'm going to talk about pranic healing. I think one is working on the physical body, i.e., your chemistry, because we have got physical body that's got biochemistry within it.
Mhm.
Putting the chemicals into it or biologicals in it affects that chemistry,
Mm.
right? When you have a look on pranic healing, that is all what I would call energetic chemistry or energetic anatomy and physiology.
Yeah.
They are actually, when I look at it, they really, really complement each other. It's not one or the other, it's one and the other.
Yeah.
Um, in pranic healing, we learn that our body has got inherent ability to heal itself, right? When the right conditions are created. If you have a look on allopathic medicine is really, really great at dealing with, let's say, an emergency
Mm.
and with symptomatic management. Let's say a person has got a heart attack or had an accident or something like that. That's really easy to relate to, right? But then, is it drugs or casts that heal the body or broken bones? No, it isn't. Body eventually works its way through chemical support sometimes not, is able to repair itself to a level of degree. But then taking that inherent ability of our body to heal itself, what if we created or enhanced that ability through pranic healing as an example? So the old diseased energy is taken out, new is put in, that self-healing capability of the body is enhanced. So my I still go to the doctor like a normal person. I'm 47, I'm going through, premenopause, all
Yeah.
this lovely
Yeah.
stuff. I still go to the doctor to have a tests done. I still take an advice if they said to me, well, you need to take these nutraceuticals, you need to sleep better, eat better, you need more magnesium. I still follow that advice.
Yeah.
But by the same token, if I know that stress, for example, at my work is affecting my gut or my microbiome, and things are not working very well, I also do know that I need to do the pranic psychotherapy on myself,
Yeah.
take that stress all out, do the twin hearts meditation. So I've got more inner peace.
Mm.
And it just becomes what I love about pranic healing really is that for every problem, there is a solution. You got physical problem, basic and advanced pranic healing. You got psychological issues, stresses, anxieties, insomnias, pranic psychotherapy. You need more money, Kriya Shakti. You are building your new home or want more prosperity in your home, pranic feng shui. You want to be better at building businesses because you're a corporate person or a businessman, spiritual business management. You want to really invest into your inner growth, hatha yoga is for you. So
Amen.
for every situation in life, there is a solution.
Yes.
So going back to your question about integrative approach, allopathic medicine looks after the body and the chemistry of it, but it does not change the energy.
Mm.
Pranic healing is looking at the energetic component of our body, of our lives, and it is in a quite scientific and protocolized way, it is addressing the energetic aspect of our body, energetic aspect of a disease, and so on. So to me, when you look at allopathic medicine, you need a diagnostic process, maybe symptomatic management to start with, but to enhance your body's inherent ability to heal itself, overlaying it with pranic healing, it's, things that last year I had a little bit of a situation where my one of my disc in the spine had slightly herniated and caused me pain.
Mm.
Now, to heal the disc at the best of ways, it's a 12-week job. Mine was all done, dusted, and restored within 3 to 4 weeks, and I was under the medical care. So it isn't something that I'm thinking of. It was about the medical professional just doing all of the tests as I was going through the process, and I was healing myself 3 times a week, 30 minutes. It was a massive investment,
Yeah.
but I could have stayed miserable and in pain for 12 weeks plus, or I could have said, oh, don't worry about it. Like, let's get it all done by Christmas, by then, I have got these plans. I want to be in a full health. So it is also like taking a little bit of a charge
Mm.
over your own health.
Yes.
Is it a comfortable thing to do? I don't think so. Particularly, people feel scared because they feel that it is a doctor's responsibility to make me better. No, it's not doctor's responsibility. It is your health is your responsibility.
Yeah. So it's
And complementary medicine is part of it.
yeah. It's what we've been taught though, right? It's like it's that whole thing where it's what you've been taught that you go to the doctor when you're ill. You're not taught anything else, which is why knowing pranic healing and also being able to experience it and experience the results that it's had on your life is a great way to talk about it so that other people can also think beyond the space that they're thinking at the moment. So I have another question for you. Why do you
Yeah.
believe that the medical field is beginning to open more to complementary therapies? Because, Les Flitcroft, who is our teacher here in the UK and Ireland, has just spent a couple of years working with King's Hospital, doing some incredible research there with incredible results. Why do you think that they're now open to it?
I think the disease is because the science is progressing and diagnostic process is progressing, we are able to find out more and qualify and quantify more when it comes to our health or disease. Um, with um, normal allopathic medicine, the only thing you can really achieve is a symptomatic management. I am the uh, minimizing the symptoms or controlling the symptom to a level.
Right.
Now, when you introduce additional chemicals to your body, whatever they are, in this case, we are talking about medicines, prescription medicines, you are altering stage of chemistry. When you are altering the stage of chemistry, you are not only altering the state of chemistry in that particular organ or that particular system. Human body is very, very integrated, not only physical body, but also with our emotions, with our thoughts, and so on. When introducing chemical, just the chemistry of the body is changed, but it often impacts other systems. This is where the side effects come through. Now, when I work with some of the patients and also with some of my family members in the past, sometimes when they had a disease and they were given prescription medicine, particularly for like arthritis, that's a really good example. Nearly every patient felt that the side effects of the medication were worse than suffering with arthritis. So oftentimes, we call it therapeutic adherence.
Mm.
It's actually not there. So people go to the doctor, they do get the diagnosis, they do get a prescription, but they don't take that medication because the side effects affect them in more adverse way than
Right.
actual disease themselves,
I hear you. Yeah.
right? So, when particularly when you are looking on, children's diseases or children's conditions, first they are more complex. So when you are impacting one part of the body, you're impacting all of the body. I
Mm,
think medical sciences, even when I have a look on the university researches now and so on, there is a great amount of interest going on in terms of the energetic sciences. And what I mean, energetic sciences, not only pranic healing, but things like the impact of ultrasound. If we tune it up to the certain frequency, what impact would that have on a cancer cell? What impact would that have on the um, healthy cell?
mm,
And even in my corporate work, there is, of course, we get involved in all the like preclinical stages and all the phases of clinical research. It's actually not only chemicals that we are trying. We are looking at sounds. We are looking at electrical energy impulses. We are looking at light. So, for example, just to give you an example, um, the American regulatory agency had approved histoscopy as one of the um, solutions for the treatment of liver cancer. Now,
okay,
that's pure sound that is erasing cancer cells. No chemotherapy,
there you go.
much more restorative treatment. And there is, so do I see it on a large, large scale yet? No, but there are green shoots. And it's not a secret. It's something that anybody can go and have a look at. So medical science is getting a little bit more open. Then I think also there is a little bit of a demographic crisis. We've got older people or people who are living longer with more complex conditions. Um, and the cost of the healthcare, it's just overwhelming.
Yeah,
Who's going to be paying for it? So we do need to be, we are in a way a little bit forcing ourselves down the road. And it's actually very good force. And I wish that force would accelerate because I think it would add a lot of value
yes,
to the healthcare systems.
100%, 100%. So you're an instructor.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So as an instructor, you go around the country and you teach. You teach
Yes.
pranic healing. First and foremost, what areas do you cover so that people know where to find you? So what areas do you cover?
I cover East London and Essex area. I myself am based in Chigwell, Northeast London, and all the surrounding areas from Stratford and deeper into Essex. That's my patch. And of course, I work very, very closely with all of the colleagues. We work closely as a group that cover Central London, home counties. Yeah, we collaborate together.
Brilliant. So what we're going to do is we're going to take your links details and stuff, not LinkedIn, but all your details so that people can reach you and they know where to find you and everything else. So we'll make sure that people can find you. Um, what's I would say the most interesting case you've worked on with a client?
The patient,
Mm,
uh, probably one. It is an ongoing case. Young gentleman, 47, um, stage 4 inoperable pancreatic cancer,
mhm.
um, with lots of liquid in his tummy and um, kind of associated problems in a digestion system. So it's been labor of love and labor of progress. And we are just now waiting for in January this year, this patient had been given around 6 months to live, which I felt it was quite generous at his state. But now he is progressing in his recovery. We continue our work, and on later now in October, you're supposed to be receiving another set of medical results and medical validation. And this is what I love about pranic healing, that patient does whatever they need to do with their doctors, right?
100%.
Then alongside it, we layer it up with pranic healing. So the side effects or psychological effect of a disease is not as harsh as it would have been otherwise. And then very regularly through allopathic medicine, he's having his blood test done, he's having his scans done, they measure the size of the tumor, all that kind of stuff. So to seeing the blood results from January, from March, from June, from July, from August, and now in October, and that amazing progress, it's very, very rewarding. And I really hope, and I have got a heartfelt wish, for all of my patients, of course, but heartfelt wish that his health is fully restored, and he's got another 40 years ahead of him.
Amen. 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 It is a joy. I mean, it's I was just working with somebody today, and I literally said, we've just collapsed time. Like literally where you've gone from not knowing where you were going to be at one point if you hadn't have taken on pranic healing, to taking on pranic healing and just literally just propelling in a direction that the client could only dream of. It is incredibly rewarding. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Do you know what? I don't have targets in a sense of I need to be that level, or no, I don't have that. Where I would like to see myself is living the life that adds the value to people's lives in the area of health, and in the area of just empowering people. We live in very interesting times. I call them it, and I say that to my teams at work. We live in a times of crisis, but the crisis provides great opportunity as well.
Yeah.
And I was listening to a little bit of a journalistic podcast yesterday, and something was said in terms of the wish from one person to another, and this is my wish. Both for myself, but also for people, my patients and students, and just people around me, that we have got courage to seek wisdom and to seek truth more fervently than ever before. So where do I see myself in a 5 years time? Being able to add the value, empower people, so they don't feel that their health is somebody else's job, responsibility, or that they are at mercy of their medical condition. They aren't. But I also would like to see myself continue my studies, of course, because it's not something in any medical sciences. When I was a nurse, or even in my present job, you go through training and retraining because you learn new things. Science is not stagnant.
No.
It evolves. You need to learn more. So I'd like to continue my learning journey and empowering people, helping people to empower themselves, to know that they can change anything they want to change in their lives.
Thank you so much. So something I'm going to ask every person that comes on here who works in the pranic healing field is, if you had one message for Master Choa and one message for Les Flitcroft, what would it be?
For Master Choa, I think he knows what my message is: massive gratitude for putting the amazing science of pranic healing together, and for making it usable in our modern life. And more of it, please. And for Les and our school, just also immense gratitude and wishes of lots of health, power, strength to guide the schools, to grow our schools, because I think that in the UK, overall in the world, but we are in the UK, so let's talk about UK. With the state our national health system is and overall population's health is, I think we need pranic healing more than we ever did. So uh, to carry on the amazing work that the school is doing and to just continue building, building, building. And I'm going to be straight behind in his footsteps because I see great value across every aspect of life.
Thank you. That was beautiful. And to you watching, if you want to know more about pranic healing, go and look in the notes. And if you know anybody who you know would love to come on, maybe they're in pranic healing or they're just healing the world in their own way, hook us up and I'll speak to you soon. God bless.
Thank you, Victoria. Thank you for having me.